Good morning, Cyber friends. Middy Man coming back at you again. Mark's Music with just another little brief. I just wanted to say and add a little brief thing. I was sitting here and going through my mail and stuff, and I just wanted to come back and say to mainly, like I said, we're trying to keep Brother OrangeFlavor lifted up in this battle he's in. And we want to make certain that we keep him lifted up in prayer. I wanted to say something. I'm reminded of an incident in the Bible about Jonathan, which was Saul's son, and how the Philistines, very, very powerful army, a lot of soldiers, foot soldiers, as well as chariots and horsemen. But Jonathan single-handedly, along with his armor bearer, wrought a great victory against them because of the fact that he was a man that didn't mind stepping out on faith in God, knowing whom he believed. And his armor bearer told him, "You got the same mind, same heart. I'm going with you." And him, Jonathan, and his armor bearer slew all of those soldiers. Great victory. That just leads me to that. I just wanted to say that I, being a military, ex-military, I know the value of having a good buddy. Your buddy watch your back, and you watch his back, or she. But I wanted to say something to people. If you notice, a lot of people, they want recognition. If they're not going to shine, per se, I don't want anything to do with anything unless I'm going to get the glory. But remember, all glory belongs to God. I noticed that Jonathan, armor bearer, his name was never mentioned. Check it out for yourself. His name was never mentioned. But nevertheless, his feat is noted. In other words, when you are with something, you with it. It doesn't matter whether or not your name be called or the spotlight be turned on you or whatever, but it's the cause. It's the cause that you are dealing with or fighting for. Are you able to see, some of us, when we get the persecution, we run out. Jesus told us about that. He said that, I think it was like, he said, he made a point, like he said in the parable, in the parable of the sower and the seed and the ones that fell by the wayside. He said soon as persecution come and people could begin to maybe not say certain things about them and not put them in a good light, they drivel away. That's the way. But if you be of one mind and one soul and one heart with anything, you go and you stand the test of time. The key word is endurance. Endurance. Will you endure hardship as a good soldier? George Washington, in the American Revolution, when we was trying to win and gain our independence from Britain, from the crown, George Washington lost most. I heard this guy carries one say the same thing. He did. It's true. It's a proven fact. George Washington lost most of his battles. But the key thing, the reason why we won, it was for his endurance. His endurance against the British made him become the victorious one. So like I say, let us ask ourselves the question when we doing anything. Let's not make excuses. You know, some of us make too many excuses, and we make things convenient. We don't need to do that. That let's be for certain of our calling. In other words, I can't say today that God told me this, and then tomorrow say God told me to do something else. No. God is not double-minded. You know, God's not double-minded. I say, just like I said about online teaching, if God had not told me that, then I should have just went on about my business and did what I was already doing. Not make an excuse just because of the fact that I have a couple of people that didn't maybe decided that they didn't want me to teach them anymore. And then I go back and say, well, I guess this isn't what God told me to do. No, 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 no. God told me to do it regardless to how many people that I lose along the way. But it's the endurance. See, this is the thing that made us win the American Revolutionary War. It was because of endurance. Not because we went on so many battles, because George Washington lost most of the battles. But it was in his endurance that superseded. And so, like I say, when we, in these last days, this is what's going to really, really separate the men from the boys or the women from the girls, per se. It's because persecution is going to be turned up. Then you will see who really is on the Lord's side. Because most of us, pure acid test, being ex-military myself, the mark of a good soldier is not the one that can stand up and put on the gear real fast or look good in the mirror, but it's when time for the trumpet to blast for us to go to the battle call. That is the time that you really know who with you. It's when time to go to battle. That's what signifies the great soldiers, and it separates the soldiers from the one that just got the uniform on. I hope everyone is doing fine, and remember, if God is not in something, stay out of it. The Midi Man saying peace, goodbye.